Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, August 28th, and I'm back breaking down a few more games for the Wednesday night slate in the MLB. We're going to be looking at the Boston Red Sox going up against the Blue Jays as the first play of the day. Then the best play of the day is going to be the Orioles going up against the Los Angeles Dodgers. 4 total player props, with the 2 best player props being towards the end of the video, and then the home run prop and the ladder challenge as well. Hope everybody enjoys their Wednesday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, get this to graphic from Monday night. So far, so good. 2-0 on the best bets, 0-2 on the graphics, but leaderboard only has the best bets there. I did lose the Yankees team total. I was going to start with maybe some scripture because the end of days is coming. I don't know. I saw this thing and I was just like, well, maybe I should read it. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll keep it to myself for now. But if Patrick Corbin goes out there and wheels and deals one more time, just one more time, I'm going to start calling him a good pitcher because against the Yankees, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, no runs allowed going up against the New York Yankees. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Thought we had a chance. Jacob Barnes is on the mound in the 7th or 8th inning. Aaron Judge up 1 out. Actually, maybe no outs, bases loaded, ground into a double play. I mean, that's the best guy we wanted up the plate. And then I think Stanton was up next, lined out to third. So that was our chance. Didn't get a gun. Kyle Finnegan came in as reliever in the 8th and 9th. Almost gave away a few more runs. But the Yankees, they're just bad tonight. Patrick Corbin, elite once again. James Wood didn't record a hit. We have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. going up against the Mets later on tonight. That game's going to start in a couple minutes. We have the D-backs on the money line going up against the Mets. Ezekiel Tovar over 1.5 bases. Home run first at-bat, home run second at-bat, easy cash share. Justin Verlander hung that curveball to Nick Castellanos, the one guy you can't do it to. He sent that thing to left center field, 4 runs allowed for Justin Verlander. So pretty good so far, 2-1 on the player props. Looking for a win on the game pick side. Let's try to get the 3-0 day once again today. The Blue Jays going up against the Red Sox will be the first play of the day here. The Toronto Blue Jays, they've been playing some really good baseball over the last few weeks, and they are now only a couple games back from the Red Sox, who have now lost 6 consecutive games. They're playing on Tuesday night. The Red Sox got an early lead, 3-1 so far. We're going to see what happens in that game, but I'm going to ride the hot hand here. The Blue Jays overall in the season, they have not been playing good baseball, but right now they can't seem to do anything wrong. I'm going to take them here on the money line as the play at plus money. The pitching duel on the mound really kind of sets this game up for the over. I thought about it, but I'm not going to do it. We've got Chris Bassett on the mound for the Blue Jays, Brian Bello on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Neither one of these guys have been very reliable this season. I do think both of them will give up a few runs in this game, but the Blue Jays have been better late with the bats, and the Red Sox, they've been slumping just a little bit. Look at the numbers for Brian. He's coming in with a worst ERA of his career, 4.95 with a 1.43 whip. He has not been very good in his 3rd season with the Boston Red Sox, giving up way too many walks this year. He's now given up 51 total walks, giving up 3+ in 4 consecutive games. Coming off that really bad start against the Diamondbacks in that game, he gave up 5 runs, 7 hits, barely got past the 5th inning, and I just don't trust him in this game going up against the Blue Jays. On the other side, it's not going to be much better. Chris coming in with a 4.41 ERA, 1.42 whip. He has been horrible with his command on the season as well, giving up 2+ walks in 4 consecutive. But again, the problem has been the Red Sox recently with the bats. Besides Duran at the top of that order, they haven't been really getting anything going over the last couple of games. They've scored 3 runs or less in 3 of the last 4 games, not counting the game on Tuesday night because it's not over yet. And the Blue Jays, they've been the exact opposite. They've scored 5+ runs in 6 of the last 7 games that they've been in. I'm going to hit the Blue Jays in this game. They're playing some pretty good baseball right now. Give me them plus money on the money line as the play here. For the player prop on the screen, we're going with Vladdy Jr. over 1.5 bases. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's now collected double-digit hits in 4 consecutive games, and he is just a man on a mission right now, coming in with a 323 batting average, being one of the best hitters of baseball once again. This is going to be a right-handed matchup for the slugger. He dominates right-handed pitching. 21 home runs, 28 doubles in the season, 50 total extra base hits, 320 batting average. There's nobody I'm more confident in this game than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So I'm going to take him here over 1.5 bases as the play there. Let's go to the best play of the day. It's going to be the Baltimore Orioles going up against the Los Angeles Dodgers. We have a favorable matchup in this game on the mound for the O's on both sides, basically. We have Corbin Burns, so I'm pretty confident in him. We have Walker Buehler on this side. The last 2 games we've seen out of Walker Buehler coming off of that injury, he's been horrible. So I'm not entirely sure why the O's are minus 105 in this game. They're the underdog. We have their best pitcher on the mound, one of the best pitchers in baseball on the mound for them, and the guy who's going up against them has given up a lot of runs ever since coming back from that injury. Maybe I'm not seeing something, but I'm going to take the O's here on the money line as the play. We are going to start with the numbers for Corbin Burns. He has been absolutely dominated over the last 2 or 3 games, giving up a lot of runs to the Guardians, Rays, Red Sox, and Astros, 3+ runs in all those games. Despite him being god-awful over the last 4 or 5 games, he's still coming in with a 3.28 ERA and a 1.13 whip. His ERA before these games, 2.38. I think he's eventually going to settle himself back down. He's still one of the best arms in baseball. I know this is not an easy game going up against the Dodgers, but I still trust him to go out there and deliver. He is easily the better arm on the mound in this game because Walker Buehler is going to be on the other side, and we saw him for a few games before his injury back in June, but since he has returned on August 14th, he has had 2 starts against the Brewers and the Mariners, giving up 3+ runs in both those games, not even going a full 8 innings combined in those games. He has also given up a total of 11 hits, and what I talked about last time about him is what I'm going to talk about this time, his command. He's given up 7 walks over the first 2 games since coming back from that injury, 4 to the Brewers and 3 to the Mariners. That is the fastest way that the starting pitcher can give up runs besides giving up solo shot after solo shot. If you're giving up free bases, only bad things can happen, and that's been the case for Walker over the last 2 games, coming in with a 6.09 ERA and a 1.67 whip, his worst numbers of his career besides his rookie season. I'm going to trust the bats of the O's in this one. I'm going to trust the arm of Corbin Burns. Orioles here on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, we're going to go with Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 base against the Dodgers. It's going to be the classic left-on-right matchup, and Gunnar Henderson, he should be able to win this one fairly easily because going up against the right side this season, he's been really good. He's coming in with a 292 batting average against right-handed pitching, 573 slug percentage, 25 home runs, 19 doubles, 3 triples, 47 extra base hits in total. And again, with the way Walker has been pitching over the last couple games after that injury, we should have no problem cashing Gunnar here. Walker Buehler, again, he's given up 11 hits over the last 2 games, not going deep in any of those games. I like Henderson as a play here, over 1.5 bases. Let's take us over to the player props, the best batting prop tonight. We're going to go with Tyler Fitzgerald of the San Francisco Giants to go over 1.5 bases going up against Freddie Peralta and the Brewers. The first thing you should know about this play is that Tyler Fitzgerald has not been at the big league level for very long this season. I believe he only has like 100 at-bats, maybe less going up against left-handed pitching, 120 going up against the right side this season. But ever since he got to the major league level, he's been one of the best players for the Giants. He has been extremely good this year going up against right-handed pitching, 270 batting average, 16 extra base hits, only about 120 attempts again. And we're going to see the fastball mainly in this game out of Freddie Peralta. He throws that 55% of the time. Tyler Fitzgerald on the season hits the fastball and the slider. Those are the 2 best pitches of the season for him. He has an over 300 batting average against both the fastball and the slider, and that's going to account for about 80% of the pitches we see in this game. Freddie Peralta has had pretty good starts over the last 2 games, but this is not the Freddie Peralta that we saw over the last 5 or 6 years with the Brewers. He has been struggling this season, mainly giving up too many hits. He's coming in with a 3.86 ERA, 1.20 whip. He has had some really rough games over the last 6 or 7 games, giving up 5+ hits in 4 of the last 7. I like Fitzgerald in this one to find a way to get a couple base knocks on him. Give me the over 1.5 base as the play there. For the pitching prop tonight, we're going to be looking at the Cy Young winner this season. I'm very confident in that. Chris Sale, the Atlanta Braves, under 1.5 runs going up against the Twins. There are a couple reasons why you shouldn't be taking this play. I'm going to start with why you shouldn't take the play of under 1.5 runs because it is very risky taking the under 1.5 for a starting pitcher. The Minnesota Twins this season, they are the 3rd best team in baseball going up against left-handed pitching, so that is something against Chris Sale in this game. The Minnesota Twins are also very good against the fastball. A lot of teams are good against the fastball this season, but Minnesota has several players hitting above a +2 run value. This is another negative for Chris Sale. However, I will say the Minnesota Twins, they're dealing with a lot of injuries in that lineup. They have trouble hitting the slider this season, and that's what Chris Sale is known for, the slider. They have a lot of guys in that Twins lineup that are going to swing and miss in this game on that slider. Also remember, I said this team's dealing with a lot of injuries. Byron Buxton's not going to be in the lineup. That's one of the best players hitting the fastball, actually the best player hitting the fastball. We have Carlos Correa still dealing with some injuries. He's not going to be in this game. And then Trevor Larnach, I'm assuming he's not going to play in this one because the Minnesota Twins, they just don't let him hit against left-handed pitching. And whenever we take a step back and look at this lineup with those 3 players missing, it's drastically different. The Atlanta Braves have saved the career of Chris Sale. He was struggling for about 4 consecutive seasons with the Red Sox, dealing with some injuries, but now he is back to that prime self of 2017-2018 Red Sox. He is coming in with a 2.62 ERA, 1.02 whip. He's been the best arm on baseball for about 3 consecutive months. I can't remember the last time that this guy gave up over 2 runs. The Twins, statistically, they are pretty good against left-handed pitching, but they are missing several key pieces. I'm taking Chris Sale here, under 1.5 runs as the play for tonight. Let's go to the home run parlay and the ladder challenge. For the home run parlay prop, we're going to be looking at Jake Berger of the Miami Marlins hit himself a home run, and we're going to go with Gunnar Henderson to hit a home run as well for the Orioles. We have good pitching matchups in both these games. For Jake Berger, he's going to be in Colorado, so that's going to be a plus. He's going up against Kyle Freeland, who has been horrible over the last several months. I've already talked about the Rockies game a little bit tonight with Tovar. He had 2 home runs in the first 2 at-bats, so the ball always flies higher in the Rockies. Should be a good match for Jake Berger. Getting the lefty for Gunnar Henderson, He's going to be going up against Walker Buehler, and it was a horrible first two starts coming off that injuries for him. This is going to be a left against right matchup for Gunnar Henderson on the season. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball going up against right-handed pitching, nearly 50 extra base hits, 25 plus home runs. Walker Buehler, he has given up 11 hits and 7 runs over the last 2 games, not going a full 8 innings combined in those 2 games. So I like both these matchups. So those are going to be the plays for the home runs. For the latter, we barely escaped day 1. We're on day number 2. Jazz Chisholm double in the top of the ninth. Patrick Corbin, again, pretty sure it's the end of the days with Patrick Corbin shutting out the Yankees. Other than that, both the other plays cashed in the first at-bat. So I thought it was going to be a no-sweat bet. Jazz made a little bit sweaty, but today we're going to go with Gunnar Henderson and Tyler Fitzgerald, already 2 guys I talked about. The other one's going to be Trae Young to go over 1+ hit, and he's going up against Spencer Arrighetti, who has been brutally bad for the Astros, coming in with a 4.94 ERA, giving up 5+ hits in 2 of the last 4 games. I really do think we're going to see a home run this game out of Trey Turner. I was going to take him as one of the home run player props, but I really like Jake Burger, Gunnar Henderson a little bit more. So that's going to be the ladder play for Wednesday, day number 2 on the ladder. So I think the play yesterday was plus 124, so it's going to be, or plus 122. So I got $22. Going to put the $22 on that. Hopefully we win once again and go to day number 3. But let's take a look at the graphic recap for our Wednesday. We're going to be taking the Blue Jays on the money line against the Boston Red Sox. Vladdy Jr. over 1.5 base against Boston. Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 base against the Dodgers. Orioles money line going up against the Dodgers. Chris Sale under 1.5 runs against the Twins. Remember, Twins, all those injuries. Tyler Fitzgerald over 1.5 bases against the Brewers. Guys, that's going to do it. The MLB picks and props for Wednesday, August 28th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.